Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to contour and highlight both the right way and the wrong way. So if you're interested to learn, then keep on watching. So when you highlight the high points of your face, and that is your cheek, your chin, your nose, your forehead, and under your brows. In highlight and contour videos, people tend to leave out the brows, but it is one of the places where the sun hits the high point of your face. In order to highlight your brow correctly, what you want to do is first take a concealer shade that is a little bit lighter than you and outline a thin line under your brow. Once you add concealer, you do want to make sure that you blend it in all the way so that it's not standing out too much and it's not too harsh. For the top of your brow, you want to take a concealer shade or foundation that is the same skin shade as your skin. Do not make this mistake, you guys. I started out doing makeup doing this mistake. You do not want halo brows. It seems appealing at first, it does, but the only part you want to have that halo is under the brow where your brow bone is, trust me. So on this side, I'm going to show you how to incorrectly highlight your brow. So again, I'm starting out with a concealer shade, but I am placing way too much concealer under my brow, and that's going to be a lot for me to try and blend out. And the mistake that every single person does when they first learn how to do brows is using a concealer shade that is too light and putting way too much up at the top. Listen, if you can blend it out to perfection, then do you, boo. Like, I know I wasn't walking around looking crazy, but I knew that I wasn't 100% doing them correctly. So blending this out is always a struggle because, as you can see, there's way too much concealer under the brow bone, and trying to blend that top concealer is just going to take a lot of time and effort. So I went ahead and put foundation on, and as you can see, the highlighter blends perfectly, and underneath my brow bone is highlighted perfectly as well. Whereas on this side, there is still way too much concealer under, and it's just super pale and light on top of my brow. It looks normal, but trust me, like in person, it looks crazy. The next part of highlighting your face, so you're taking concealer, again, preferably the same concealer that you use to highlight underneath your brow bone. You are going to make like a small triangle under your eye, and you don't want to bring the concealer up all the way up to your eye because you're going to blend it out, and when you blend out, you blend up regardless, so you're already going to bring the concealer up, and you just want to blend in small dabbing motions and blend it out. In order to make the concealer look flawless and blended, what I do is I turn my beauty blender around and I use the butt of it to buff out that edge of the concealer so it's not harsh, and I bring it back down towards the edge of my nose. And just as a guide, I use the tip of my eyebrow just to make sure that that's as far as my concealer goes. So again, here you do not want to do this at all. This is way too much concealer. Oh my goodness. I've seen this happen so many times. I've been a victim of this. I've done this myself. You're just going to blend and it's not going anywhere. Like, you're going to blend and keep on blending, and then you're going to cry. And it's just going to be too much. No, but like, seriously, you're just gonna be stuck there forever and ever and ever and ever and look like a mess. Again, with that tip with turning the beauty blender on its butt, it does blend out that edge a little bit, but that's still way too much concealer, and you can see it all the way up to my eye. And just to blend the rest of the high points, the nose, the forehead, and the chin, you really just want to use minimal concealer And for your chin, you want to blend in a circle and then dab it with the butt of the Beauty Blender. And for your nose and chin, you want to do the same thing, just work in small dabbing motions until the concealer is dispersed and even on your face. So here is the good side, and this is the crazy side, and the camera's not even making it look bad, but trust me, it is. Moving on to contouring on the balls of your cheeks, this is where you would put your blush and your illuminator. But right below your cheek, that is where you would place your contour. Again, on the very balls of your cheeks, that is where your blush and your shimmer highlight would go. But from your ear and below where your cheek is, that is where you contour. And a great guide to do for as a beginner is to suck in your mouth like a fish face, and you can kind of see where you would put your contour. With contour, what you do want to do is start from where your ear is and bring it down, and again, the guide is the tip of your eyebrow. And once that happens, you want to blend upwards back into your hairline. This is so important, you guys. Make sure you are blending the contour back upwards and not down. I mean, obviously, as a beginner, that might be a little bit hard for you, but just keep in mind that when you blend down, you're giving yourself kind of a shadow, and sometimes it tends to make you look like you have a mustache, to be quite honest. If you powder contour, the same rules still apply. You want to blend upwards and back into your hairline. You never want to blend down. Light strokes is your best friend, like your best friend, because that way you have more control over what goes on your face. And as you can see, there's my contour. What you don't want to do, again, is bring your contour all the way down. That is way too far. Keep it to where the edge of your eyebrow is. And again, as you can see here, I'm blending down and I'm making a mess. Like, contour, everything spreads when you blend. Your highlight spreads, your contour spreads. So one, I'm blending up way too high on my cheek. I'm going where my blush should be, and it makes it look ridiculous. And I'm blending way too far down. And again, with the powder contour, it's the same concept. I'm blending way too far up on my cheek and way too far down towards my mouth. And now I have this 5 o'clock shadow like I'm growing a mustache. To set your eyes, what I like to do first is before putting any powder on, I go back with the Beauty Blender and make sure that my concealer has not cracked or caked. Then I blow off my excess setting powder and lightly dab under my eye. Simple. Simple. Keep it in that range of eyebrow tip to nose and you are perfectly fine. What you don't want to do is this. That's too much powder that will automatically cause you to crease, and it will just give you a flashback for every time you take a picture and just make you look super cakey. And I'm bringing my setting powder way out onto my face, and that's just way too much. Same rule applies for your nose, chin, and forehead. You just take excess, you blow it off, and you lightly dab and tap where you need it, and that's it. For your nose, what I suggest doing is obviously taking a little bit of product and going straight down the bridge of your nose. That's all you have to do on both sides. Just go straight down and blend out. If you're like me and you want to accentuate a button nose, then you just put a little bit of product on the tip of your nose and you blend that out as well. If you feel like your contour on your nose is too harsh, take your Beauty Blender and just press on your nose. Basically what that does is that just diffuses that harsh line that can sometimes happen when you contour your nose, and you'll be all set. If you don't know what reverse contouring is, this is what it is. It's when you take a setting powder on your beauty blender and you go right under where your contour is just to clean it up. And that's what it is. And some people like to do this. I do this sometimes depending on my look, but it's the same concept with your setting powder. You take a light amount, you dust off the excess, and right under your contour, you just clean it up and brush off the excess. And that is literally reverse contouring. With this step, what you don't want to do is this at all, because then you just got yourself a white beard and you just look crazy. And again, from experience, no matter how hard you try to blend out, that harsh line will be there because you use so much setting powder. I literally have walked out looking so ridiculous. Doesn't this side just look so pretty? That is how your highlight and contour should come out looking if you follow the steps well. We're not even going to talk about this side. Like, oh my god. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot, and I will catch you in the next one.